Hello and welcome to a video about how to build wargaming houses. This is part 4 in my how to build houses series, and in this one I will show you how to build a city house or townhouse that looks something like this. So let's begin, shall we? So the materials you need for this are these materials. You will need cardboard, sandpaper and balsa wood. Tools: you will need a ruler, a hobby knife, a mechanical pen and hobby glue or wooden glue. So step 1. Make and cut out the wall pieces from cardboard like this. So measure it out, and then I used a scissor, but a sharp hobby knife works well also. It's just because I'm a little bit lazy sometimes. Make and cut out wall pieces from sandpaper, the same size as the cardboard pieces. So you should have 4 identically sized sandpaper pieces in addition to the cardboard pieces. So step 2, make a wooden frame for the house using balsa strips. So first prepare how many balsa strips you need. For the corner ones you will have to have, if you look at the picture, you will need 4 pieces, 1 for each corner, and then you will need a piece that's for each corner that's half the length as the thicker ones, to make the corner pieces be as long on every side of the wall. You might have to, depending on the thickness of the strips, you might need to adjust a little bit. But prepare these strips and a lot more, as you will see in the next slide. So glue the balsa strips on to the sandpaper pieces like this. Here you can see the corner better. Also you want some strips in the middle, also making it more like a foundation. You can call it that, right? So do the same thing for all the wall pieces, and you should have something that looks like this, kinda. You can add more if you want, or maybe less in some cases. But I would say this is kinda the medium amount you need. Step 3. Mark and cut out where you want the doors and windows to be. Like this. Be careful so it doesn't overlap any balsa strips on the underside. And then cut out the doors and windows like this using a hobby knife. Some extra details you can add if you want are, you can use a hobby knife to cut out some random pieces, symbolizing worn down places on the house. You do this to give the house more character. So then glue on the cardboard wall pieces on the sandpaper pieces backside like this. Something to be a little bit careful about: before using glue, try to fit pieces together. As you can see in the picture, I had a little bit of a problem, but if you cut the cardboard pieces a little bit, it's much easier to fit the walls together. Also, it's good to test it out before you use any glue. So step 4, make the doors, or door, depending. So this is the piece I chose to make my doors on. As you can see, I also have a door on the second floor. This is because I'm going to make a balcony, and I will show a simple design in a later slide. So basically, it's like with my other how to make houses videos. It's kind of simple. Just make a door frame with balsa strip pieces, as you can see in this picture, and the same goes with the door, like this. Then make the windows. So I went with a design that looks something like this. Also, just use leftover balsa strip pieces and make the window frame and the window itself. This is just one design. I recommend looking up pictures online and try to copy them if you want something different. I mean, there's a lot of different variants that you can choose to go with. Some extra details you can do are use a hobby knife to make the underlayer on the cracked places to look like wooden planks. Basically, cut lines across to symbolize the wooden planks, and then you can also scrape a bit extra. It's hard to see in the picture. This will help. This will help the details to pop more if you add a little bit more lines other than the lines that separates the wooden planks. More extra details, the balcony. So this is a very simple design. Made by using balsa strips. So basically you make the balcony floor, add 2 support strips under so it won't break as easily, and add stuff. I don't know what the safety net on the balcony is called in English, but I mean, it's just a couple of balsa strip that you trim down a bit, and then you have balsa strips going across on the top of them, like in the picture. This is a very simple design. It's the same thing. If you have imagination, you can try to copy from pictures and such. And then, when you have done it, glue it on the wall. Simple as that. Step 5. Make the roof. So, this time I'm going to use, this time I'm going to make a tiled roof. So, use the backside on a brush to take away one of the top layers on a piece of cardboard, like you can see in the picture. And this makes for great materials when making tiled roof. It looks kinda realistic, actually, if I must say. Then cut out the roof pieces So basically you want to make them about 1 centimeter longer on every side. So it hangs over the house a bit. Then use a ruler to mark and a hobby knife to separate the tiles. So basically use the ruler to mark where you want to differentiate the tiles. Use the hobby knife and cut across like this. Cut deep, but not all the way through. This will save some time. Make a roof frame using balsa strips and glue them on. So make balsa strips like this and then glue them on to the side of the cardboard tile pieces. Then make a roof top plank and cut the top balsa strips in line with the roof slope. Like this. So, something of note, after you have glued on the roof frame, you can, before cutting the slope, try out to put the roof on the house itself and then cut it in line with the slope. It's much easier than trying to estimate it. Because if you're not careful, you might it might not become perfect. Not that that generally matters in the long run, but I like my stuff neat. So the roof should look something like this when it's done. There are of course other ways to make the roof, as I have shown in some of my other videos. Be it a wooden roof or a stone tile roof and so on. Some extra details you can do on the finished house are use a hobby knife and cut the balsa strips to make the wood look more worn, like you can see in the picture. Step 6. Paint and finished. So this is how my house looked after I painted it. I painted it with a pretty simple color scheme as usual. I painted the wood a dark brown and then a brown, and then I highlighted it with a leather color. The roof I painted dark red and then it's not exactly orange, but kinda orange. The stone walls I painted a leathery color, and then I very roughly dry brushed it white. The windows, dark blue and then some blue. Nothing special really. Still though, I think it came out pretty well, if I must say myself. And there you have it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Until next time, happy terrain building. Bye.